First, I want to say congratulations. I haven't seen you take a loss in quite some time in terms of big fights. What's the secret sauce up there in Riverside, man?
Nah, you know what? My fighters are disciplined. They train hard. They follow instructions. They believe in their trainer. They believe in their team. So, you know, that's how it is. You know, my fighters, they do their work in the morning with the conditioning coaches. You know, they do their job in the gym with me, with the cook. They eat the right food. So it takes a little bit of everything to be successful.
Now you're going from world champion to world champion. I hate to put this pressure on you, but you might be the ace in the hole for this fight, man.
What's that mean?
In terms of Abner Mares, like you're the secret, you're the mole, like you're the secret agent. You're the guy who's going to be the difference in the fight because everything appears to be the same on paper, but you.
I'm watching it right now.
Everyone is, yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing. It won't be easy. But we're taking the win.
How do you combat a kid with those 1,200 punches around? 1,200 punches around.
I've been watching it.
I mean, a fight.
I've been watching it since I got here. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but I think we're gonna take the win.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, I love Leo. Leo's a great kid. You know, family. His brothers, his dad, you know, they've accomplished so much, probably what nobody ever thought they would, you know. When I first signed them with Top Rank, together, same day with Mikey. Top Rank let him go. We took him to TKO. TKO went bankruptcy or whatever. So then when he came to Goldenwood, that's when I stopped working with him. But since then, he's accomplished so much, and you know, and as a person, he's a great kid. But inside the ring, you know, I have Abner Mares going against him, so I got to train Abner Mares to beat him.
What's one thing you see that Abner Mares can do that?
Look, Abner, look, that fight was a very close fight, and Leo won. I was there live. You know, I had nothing to do with Abner. I don't even think I had ever met. Well, I had never even met Abner before, but I was watching the fight, and I thought Abner was fighting the wrong fight. So, you know, now since he's been with me, he's been listening. You know, we're going on 3 years together, and he listens. He follows instructions, and he's been looking really good in the gym, and we still have a couple of months before the fight. So we're gonna be in great shape. I think he's gonna be in better shape than he was for this fight, and with a better game plan.
I'm not sure if you heard the news today, but reports has it that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua offered Deontay Wilder $12.5 million, and the fight is arguably worth $100 million. Would you take that $12.5 million if the fight will
to go to England?
And
right?
go to England. Yeah, would you take that?
You know what? At this point, we don't know. We really don't know where boxing is headed. You know, we've seen a lot of numbers. Pay-per-view numbers don't do as good as they expected. Ratings on TV haven't been the best lately. So I would say do it. 12 and a half, you said?
12 and a half, yeah.
12.5 million is a lot of fucking money, man. And
it is a lot of money.
And not only it's not like he's just going just to get a payday. He has a chance. He hits hard. Wilder is tremendously strong, has great power. I think he's got a shot to. If he lands that punch, he could hurt him. You know what? I take Joshua, especially if it's in England. I would take Joshua, but I still think Wilder has a chance because he's wild. He throws punches that fighters don't expect, and if he lands, he's gonna hurt you. So I would take it.
And what's your take on Canelo and the meet?
Look, I've been talking to a lot of people that raise cows back in Mexico, and they all do it. They tell me they do it to make the cow bigger and produce more meat. So it's possible, you know. I don't know why he decided to cancel the fight. I think the fight would have happened. I don't know. I really don't know what the commission's gonna say, but that, you know, I like I'm telling you, I've talked to people that race.
So you think it actually was the meat, as opposed to him taking steroids or PEDs?
I'm not a specialist. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how much meat he has to eat to be able to get that in his system. But I'm telling you what, I have fighters. I have fighters that are from Mexico that are, Misael Rodriguez is one of them. He's Mexican.
Olympian, right?
He's an Olympian, and he says he has like 30 counts, and he tells me they all do that. I have another fighter, Luis Coria. His grandpa has over 100 cows and bulls in Mexico, and they all do it. So I don't, like I said, I don't know how much it takes for that to come in your system, but I know they do it. So I, can't really blame Canelo. I think he's a hell of a fighter. He doesn't need to do stuff like that to win a fight. He already is a great fighter. Is already probably one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, and for sure the best, at least the most recognized fighter in Mexico.
What's next for Mikey? Is he staying at 140, or is he giving up 35 belts? I heard that, but I might as well ask you since you're here.
As of now, I don't think Mikey's still made up his mind. It's either he stays at 140 or comes to 35. I would have loved, for a fight at 35 against Linares, but Linares fighting Lomachenko now, so now we have to wait maybe till the end of the year if Linares wins or the winner, whatever. But there's not much at 140 either, and I don't think it's a good idea.
He's coming.
Yeah,
he's coming, but he doesn't have the cachet, the name cachet.
And there's nobody else. Maybe a unification fight, but with who? Nobody. Even the champions that are out there. Ramirez, who just became champion. I don't want to go against Ramirez. He's a great kid. He's a WBC champion, California. We know him. He's a great kid. So I wouldn't like to go against him. At 135, Robert Easter Jr. maybe. The winner.
Almost up to 35. Maybe you can call out the winner.
Exactly. So the winner of Lomachenko, Linares, Beltran also won a title. So for me, it makes better sense to be at 35. But at the end of the day, Mikey's going to make the decision, and I haven't talked to him in a few weeks. I've been traveling so much, and he's not in the gym, so I haven't seen him lately. Tell me,
what happened with the Golden Boy negotiations? What was the details that didn't allow you guys to fight Linares?
As of what Mikey told me the first time, it was in December to the fight against Cotto. I think it was like a 5-fight deal, which Mikey didn't want, and the money wasn't as good as what he would get for what he got for his next fight. Not even close. But the Linares, I think what we thought was after Mikey's fight, we were gonna
after the February 14th fight.
After the March 10th fight, after Mikey's last fight, we thought it was gonna be Linares, but a week before we learned that Linares had signed to fight Lomachenko because the WBC had ordered that fight, whatever. But nowadays the fighters don't, they go where, I guess Linares decided to take the opportunity against Lomachenko, which I don't blame him. I really think he's got a shot. I think he's got a really good shot on against Lomachenko.
Really? You think Linares got a shot?
I think he's got a shot. I still pick Lomachenko to win.
I would say you're the only one.
But I pick Lomachenko to win, but I think Linares has a great shot. He's very skillful. He's going to be the bigger man. He's very fast. And if he fights smart the whole fight, that's the problem with Linares. If he gets caught and he kind of loses it, and that's what happened in a few fights that he's lost. He kind of loses it. But if he keeps his mentality straight, even if, he's gonna get hit. But I think he's got a really good shot. He's a very talented fighter, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it off.
Was the talks of Mikey Garcia moving to 47 realistic, or was that just attaching your name to get
Mikey would, but I don't think myself, my dad, my son, who are really close to Mikey, I don't think we would really want him to. We would really support him if he wanted to, but against the right opponent. There's a lot of welterweights that have also moved up in weight. But there's those solid ones that are natural welterweights that might be too big for Mikey. But I think right now it'd be best, whatever he chooses, 140 or 135.
What's your take on Pacquiao not coming back with Freddie Roach?
You know what? I kind of read that.
I read that too.
Look, I think at the stage of his career, he already is what he is. I don't think there's anything new that Freddie Roach is gonna teach him, and I truly believe that it doesn't matter who trains him. I think he's fast enough, strong enough, and still skilled enough to beat Lucas. Lucas didn't look too good in his last fight, and I think that's just too. I think Pacquiao's just too fast for Lucas, and that saves him maybe a 10% too. So maybe that was his decision. He knows it's towards the end of his career. Wants to make as much money as he can. He's got a family, and there's not much any trainer could teach him anymore. But I'm sure he's dedicated. He's gonna be in great shape, and that's all it takes for him to be able to beat Lucas Matthysse.
Vargas Broner, who you got? Vargas Broner.
You know what? Like everybody says, we gotta wait and see what Broner shows up. That's what
Okay. Before you answer that question, Broner's
25-8 Broner.
Like, before you answer that question, can a fighter really evolve like that? Realistically, because you just fought him, and when you watch the tape, when I watched the tape, I'm like, he didn't want to fight. Like it literally seemed like he was in there to survive against Mikey Garcia.
Look,
and you know him better than I do.
You can see it like that too. I've been in there against him both times with Maidana and with Mikey, and Maidana was just too strong, too big for him, and dominated. But he was trying to win. It was actually a close fight. He came out strong. Maidana told us that the last 2 rounds were fucking hard for Maidana. That he doesn't, he remembers Broner being so strong. Against Mikey, I think it was just Mikey just didn't give him any time to be able to let go of his hands, because when he tried, Mikey was on him. The plan was to just stay busy. We were not thinking of knocking him out. Broner takes a good punch. Broner's he was a bigger man, so we would just try to outbox him and throw a lot of punches, and Mikey did that. If I'm not mistaken, it was close to around 100 punches per round, somewhere around there. So that was the plan, and doing that to Broner was the plan, and I think that worked. So I think Jesse Vargas, seeing that, and Jesse Vargas is also pretty fast. He's tall. He's got pretty good reach. So I think if Jesse Vargas fights like that and just keeps throwing punches and keeps that distance, I think he's got a good shot at beating Broner.
Who wins?
Like I said, it's a tough call, but I'm cheering for Jesse Vargas. He's my boy, and he's got the skills to beat Broner. I think Jesse Vargas.
How about the undercard? Your last opponent with Abner Mares, if I'm not mistaken, was Cuellar. Was that the last time you fought?
Cuellar, yeah. There you go.
How do you see Cuellar and Tank Davis?
No, well, it wasn't Abner's last opponent, but that's when Abner became champion.
Okay,
that was my first fight with Abner.
Yeah. How do you see Cuellar and Tank Davis going?
Look, Davis is very talented, but he's also made a few mistakes and sometimes doesn't train the way he's supposed to. But if he's in great shape, he should have no problem against Cuellar. But Cuellar's very tough. Cuellar's very strong, so he's got to be careful. I picked Tank, but Cuellar's very strong, and Cuellar's dedicated. I know that. I trained him for many years and made him a world champion. So I know he's a very dedicated man, and when it comes to coming to the ring, he gives it all. So Tank's better be in great shape, because the fight won't be easy. But I picked Tank.
Quick question: would you want to put Mikey Garcia on this card?
What was that?
For a quick turnaround, would you want to put Mikey Garcia on this card?
On what card?
This card, June 9th card, just to stay busy with the popularity of this fight.
I think this fight's already big enough to do good itself. You know, the first fight was a sellout. I think this fight, the rematch, is going to be the same thing. The fans are excited about this fight. So it doesn't need a big co-main event. You know, I'm sure, I don't even know what the co-main event is going to be. I'm sure it's still going to be a decent fight, but it doesn't really need it. I think the fight itself sells. I think Mikey's gonna probably have his own card sometime in July. That's the plan.
Here?
We don't have a date, and
here?
we don't have a location. No.
I'm getting excited.
No, we don't have a location. But the plan is for Mikey to come back sometime in July. Early August maybe, but yeah, we don't have the location or opponent yet. Right?
Well, you did say Corpus Christi. I heard you say that.
Well, I would love to, because we've been there before, and well, anywhere in Texas, man. You know, anywhere in Texas, people just love boxing.
Is your gym still out there?
In San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio. Okay.
Yeah, but anywhere in Texas, man. People love boxing, and they support. They show up, and we love fighting in Texas. So I wouldn't mind going back to Texas.
Appreciate you, man. All yours. Thank you.
Thanks,